Welcome back to CTV Morning Live. We're joined by Scott Watson from Watson's Pharmacy for our Ask the Expert segment. Give us a call live on the air, 789-6559, extension 2803. You can always send us some questions via our email, ottawa.morning@ctv.ca, or via our Facebook and our Twitter page. So last time, I think you were here a couple weeks ago, and it was right getting set to open the new location. So everything went well, it's good. You said it's cute.
It's such a cute location. I really like it a lot. It's we've been open just over 4 weeks now, so I think it's about our 5th week of operation. We've had lots of people come in and lots of people starting to use the location, so it's a wonderful, wonderful thing.
Where's the location? Where was the actual street location?
So it's 1308 Wellington West. People might know a place called the Ottawa Bagel or Parma Ravioli or the Herb and Spice. We're right in that little
It's really
place.
good. I actually drove by and I could see the nice white. It looks really cute. It's very
It's
inviting.
Yes.
I was going to ask you, so you would have had customers at your other location, or you have other people coming in, especially when there's a new pharmacy in the area.
Yeah.
How does it work in terms of people's prescriptions or kind of changing into certain things like that?
Very good question. We get that a lot. And how we do it is if people are interested in, if they want to start using that location, what we do is we just call up the pharmacy that the prescriptions currently lie, and it's just a simple phone call, and that can be transferred to receive prescriptions at a new location. And
so it's as simple as that.
It's a very simple process.
But it would come from the from you guys, the pharmacy, making a call to get.
That's right. And it doesn't have to be, but that's what mostly happens, is people will ask us to make a call on their behalf, and then it's just a simple process, and then we get it into our computer and it's done.
Because there's a lot that's going on with pharmacies right now, and there's really a deeper relationship with your pharmacist when it comes to your extended, you leave the office, the doctor's office, then there's still so much more information that's needed, especially about the medications and the new responsibilities that pharmacists have just gotten.
Right. I wanted to talk about that because that's very important too. And just recently the government came out and did some very good things, I believe. And so the first part I wanted to talk about was that we are now allowed to renew and adapt prescriptions. Now that doesn't mean that you can just not see your doctor. I mean, that's not the hope of this. It's to really help people that cannot touch base with their doctor if they just can't get in to see their doctor, or their doctor's away, or something like that, and they really need for example, a mother and their child who needs a Ventolin inhaler for asthma. The pharmacist now has the ability to give that prescription to the mother. So it's a wonderful thing. But
you have that. There's also the ability for you guys to do flu shots.
Right.
So how does that process then start? Because I'm sure it's not just like, okay, everyone head to your pharmacy. There's got to be a process.
So pharmacists have to go through training, and in addition, pharmacies have to apply to the government because it is a publicly run program. So the government will still decide which pharmacies can do that, and certain areas will get one. So if there's too many places already administering flu shots in a certain area, then perhaps some places will not get to be able to do flu shots.
So this will become a process. The
That's right.
pharmacies will each independly apply to the government then,
That's
and
right.
then they'll be the ones deciding based on where the need is going to be.
That's
So
right.
there's a lot that's going to go into it. I know we're reading in the headlines, flu shot's going to be available at your pharmacies, and then it's like, okay, it's not going to be that easy to kind of just change over.
And I think the whole intent is to increase the numbers of people that are getting the flu shot, and that's a great way to do it. It's going to be very simple for those pharmacies that can do it, and people can just have that. So pharmacists still have to go through the training, but I think as time goes by, it will become easier and easier to get that flu shot. So
lots of different things happening. We are actually, speaking of the flu, it's going to be, we're heading into, I know we've kind of overlooked.
It's getting to be that season.
Cold and flu, definitely a topic of conversation, and so looking at these numbers.
Well, what's interesting and kind of scary to me is that, 10 to 25% of us get the flu every year. And we've all had the flu and it really hurts. But what is actually quite scary to me is that this number of like 4,000 to 8,000 Canadians can actually die from complications of the flu. And so there is a great impetus to actually get that flu shot, especially if you're a senior and are at risk of some of these complications.
That's a scary number.
That is a scary number.
When you think of, I might get sick.
I can understand why it's very important for people, and people do want to get that flu shot. So. Getting the flu shot. So some things I wanted to say is obviously you can go to your family doctor. There's many clinics set up. The City of Ottawa has already set up many clinics. If people want to check out the City of Ottawa's website, They do list about, well, there's many, many, many different places that you can go to get your flu shot. And now you're a pharmacist, and so talk to your pharmacist, and not every pharmacy is going to be able to do it, but do talk to your pharmacist just to see if they've been set up.
Okay. Well, yeah, because it's going to be a process for those
Right.
guys just actually opened up. You do have a couple of things on the table, or do you want to do something
One
you missed?
more thing,
Okay.
this flu mist is
I
very
didn't-
interesting because some people, it's just a new thing that's come out in the last couple of years. And it's actually a little nasal spray that you can give to yourself or to your children, so you don't need the needle. And it doesn't have thimerosal. Some people are very worried about the thimerosal that's added to the public flu vaccine as a preservative, and they don't want to take that. The flu mist does not have that, so that's another option for people. And you can get that through pharmacies. Your pharmacy can actually get that. And we've given quite a few of these flu mist little nasal sprays out.
How does one get a hold of? Do you need a prescription? Do you need someone?
Mostly, so
How
far,
does that happen?
it should be through prescription, and it's usually administered by a healthcare professional, so either a doctor or a nurse. I think pharmacists can do it, but we haven't done it so far. So
It's called the flu mist.
it's called the flu
So
mist.
literally, it's a nasal spray.
That's right.
Very similar to that.
Yeah.
I had no idea. Things you
Yeah.
learn on this. Okay, we have to take a commercial break.
Okay.
So we have infection control, which
And
I
then we'll
think is
talk
going to
about
be
some
the
supplements.
key to what we need to be doing.
Okay.
And that'll come your way after the commercial break. Of course, if you want to get your questions in, there's the information on your screen, 789-6559, extension 2803 to get in your questions. Ottawa.morning@ctv.ca. You can also find us on Twitter and on Facebook. We'll be back after this.